What's up, everybody? Cedric and CJ here, CRWC commentary. We'll be reviewing WWE's Money in the Bank. And good grief, all the spoilers out there. I mean, as soon as the pay-per-view was, or PLE was over, it was like spoilers everywhere. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? We've been, I don't know what, just crazy exhausted. I've sustained a new injury, some shoulder thing that's been bad, and I just sitting here for prolonged periods of time, not happening. But hopefully I've recovered enough.
Pain takes it out of you.
It do.
So let's get to it.
Hopped up on Tylenol, ibuprofen,
yeah,
Hope, heat, cold packs. We're doing what we can.
Yep. Let's get to it because wrestlers need more money.
Money. So, in the opening, they're just showing the other wrestlers going and stuff. It's a good way to check how the audience feel about each wrestler and whatnot. But Paul Heyman is walking behind Seth Rollins looking like, as he just said, wants to bend him over and use him for what he's good for.
Oh my goodness, it was so predatory. I'm like, why is he staring at this man like that? I don't like Seth Rollins, but dang. I don't know if it's supposed to be dastardly or we're going to go in here and do some damage, but that's not what it looked like. Like he was going to do some damage to Seth Rollins. It was crazy.
He was going to get a hold of him.
It was highly concerning.
So then they start off with the women's Money in the Bank. Okay, it's Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and Rhea Ripley. It would have been better instead of saying Ripley's never done this, she's a rookie. I would have said that Rhea Ripley is an odds-on favorite, but when it comes to experience, she's drowned by the others. I would have done that. I wouldn't have made Ripley just sound like an inept woman that just can't get it done. But that's just how I would have put it. It wasn't long before the fans chanted they want tables.
Which is so stupid. I mean, you got a ladder match in front of you. What in the world?
All I wrote was, these people vote. I used to hear that when I was a kid. I didn't get it. Now I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I was like, wow.
Not only do they vote, they also drive people.
I was about to say that. I was like, when you see this person driving down the street, putting their makeup on, or like, there was one point, I was the passenger, we're going to see the doctor about my foot, and I'm looking to the right, and this dude, we got to be going like 70 miles an hour. And this dude is not just on his phone, but his head is turned looking at me. I took 3 seconds to think, oh shit. I'm like, this, I was like, this is real life. This dude is this stupid. So I was like, these people vote. So the ladder fell from the corner on Julia sliding down her back, and she no-sold it. My God, she no-sold it.
I was like, that seemed like that should have hurt. I mean, like, actually hurt.
Yeah. A professional would have acknowledged it and winced or something before going to the next spot. I was like, this lowers her in my mind. When that ladder tapped her and slid down her back, she should have, kind of like a back rake.
Yep.
Or something. Or leaned over and looked back like, what was that?
Nah, we got nothing.
Nothing. So Julia and Roxanne, they had trouble slamming half the ladder down on Rhea, trying to sandwich her in between it.
Yes.
And it took a while, but once she got it done, they threw another ladder on top, I'm sure just to make up for it. So.
Yeah, Perez and Julia worked together a lot. They both just came off the NXT roster, and they were working together a good deal.
It's a lot of normal ladder stuff for a long time. Nobody really trying to win. No one really. It's a ladder match. If you're not, just personally, I'm in a ladder match. It's a legit. Let's say it's a shoot. The last thing I'm doing is trying to do ladder spots. I'm trying to get up there and get the prize, because if I get it done, that means less damage of ladder onto thee.
Exactly. And they're trying to set up ladders. Like, why you set up the ladder like that? And, you know, in preparation for a spot later on in the match that may not even involve them.
And that, I'm going to tell y'all, that is what make everything look predetermined to me. When you setting something up and the person's not even in the ring, I'm like, why don't you just use this time to climb the ladder and get the damn briefcase?
There's a way to do those things that doesn't seem so contrived and set up. But in order for that to work, the match happening has to be so good. Like, for example, you watch the match and then somebody go out and arbitrarily set up a table on the outside. And then they go back to the match and the match is so engaging that you forget the table's out there.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden they do something and next thing you know, Crackles like, oh yeah, that's right, the table. Ah. And you know it's what? All wonderful.
Here's a novel idea. Here's a novel idea, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, I promise you, this doesn't happen in wrestling anymore. Somebody takes a move or something happens, that wrestler shows it. They are angry at the situation. Then they say, you know what? You can see it. Screw this. They go out and then they do some contrived stuff as a setup because it's like, no, I'm going to get this person. Mm-hmm. And they muttering, they talking to the camera like, you think you're going to do that to me? Wait until I get this on you. That would be novel. Don't you think?
Yeah. So nobody gets mad anymore.
No, they just, you can sit on their face, get to the next spot.
Get to the next spot.
What's my name? Whose is it?
E-Cookie, if you remember that.
So they buried Rhea under a lot of ladders on the floor, and it took her a long time to figure out how to move a ladder off of her. So
No. She was trapped under the mountains of girders.
We'll call it that, right?
Yes, it was girders that hold up buildings, so she had to muster up her supernatural strength.
After a lot of ladder spots, which that's all it really was, Ripley finds the will to move ladders off her body and take over the match. So Stephanie does her devil's kiss on Ripley on the ladder, perfectly safe. So Stephanie looks better to me anyway, because Ripley's face was between the rungs. So there was going to be no damage to her face, which honestly, don't hurt Rhea's face. Her face is great.
Yeah, she got a nice face.
And so that let me know that Stephanie Vaquer is pretty good, at least for this. The girls did double Yoshi tonics on the elevated ladders. That's, I guess, nice. They could have just climbed the ladder because they was already halfway up anyway. Julia gets punched to stop her from getting the case, and instead of reeling, she screams. Just gets punched in the face and just hollers. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she screamed in her face. I don't know what that's supposed to do.
Bliss and Ripley, they get their finishers on. Naomi knocks them down from the ladder, begins climbing, and the fans come way up.
All the way up.
And Naomi wins. Didn't see it coming.
Did not. I was totally surprised by that.
I was like, okay, it can't be Alexa because that's just Harley Quinn. It can't be Perez. She's still new. I was like, it can't be Naomi because she's Naomi. It can't be Vaquer because she's got too much of a ride. It can't be Julia because, I mean, look at her. And then Rhea. I was like, it's got to be Rhea or Naomi, but it can't be Naomi because Naomi. So, that's where I was. I was just waiting for Rhea to win, but this was a surprise. So, yeah. Cool. And then the next is
Naomi.
It's an Intercontinental title match, Dominique Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. And it was just your standard match. It didn't look lucha. It just looked.
It had a few high-flying spots, but not in excess.
Yeah. Dominic wins via frog splash and pin.
And the crowd couldn't figure out whether they wanted to hate him or cheer him.
It's like, we don't know what to do, so they just literally settled into an AEW style and just cheered the moves.
Yeah.
Then Chad Gable's ear got messed up. We could see that it was. Ugh.
It looked like it was ready to explode.
Yes. It's pulsing with blood energy.
It looked like it was, one blow from just pulsating, like, I'm going to get you, sucker. E-Cookie, if you know what I'm talking about. It was bad.
And he talks about cinnamon whiskey and hiding the big ladder or something under the ring.
Yeah, a huge ladder was covered and looked like tape advertising Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey. The Fireball was sponsoring the event. So he told his two
goons,
hired goons, to go and put the all kinds of references. Another eat cookie, if you know what that is. To take the ladder and slide up under the ring for Grande Americano. But to be sure to tell Chad too, so Chad can know.
Yep. I'm liking him in this role, but it's not giving him something memorable. I don't know. I'm of two minds of it. Y'all let us know what you think.
It might be. Honestly, it might be the most memorable thing that he does.
Sadly,
maybe it'll go down like Dusty Rhodes and what was it, the Midnight Rider?
Yes.
I didn't even see it, and I know about it, so it's got the potential.
I saw it. And I was like, I remember as a kid, but that's the guy. If you saw him, you'd be like, this kid is everyone's got it figured out. Why don't y'all have it figured out? Like, let me tell you something, baby. I'm like, he talks just like him.
I remember I saw it. I was like, but
that's Dusty.
Yeah, but come on, man. He didn't even try.
He didn't even try. We gonna get fucking like a monkey. And I was like, that's Dusty though. Dusty could have used his real voice and it would have been a little bit better.
But it wouldn't have been as funny.
No, it wouldn't. So next we get the women's Intercontinental title match, Becky Lynch against Lyra Valkyria. And Lyra came out. She was cute with the feathers and stuff. Certain people don't like it. Y'all can eat crow. I like it. I think it's cute.
It's representative
suits her.
Of her.
She's a Valkyrie.
Yes, Valkyries have feathers.
Damn it.
Dang. You need to check up on your Norse history. Isn't it Norse?
Yeah.
Mythology, excuse me, not history. It's mythology.
I mean, it's not. It's in there. It's mythology, mythological history.
There you go.
Yeah, it's stories, but the stories did not happen legit. But the fact they were written, the stories had happened. If that makes any sense. And we watched the match, but then we end up skipping. It just wasn't exciting to us.
It wasn't giving anything. It wasn't giving anything. I'm like, okay, they're doing what they got to do, but I just don't care. I just don't care about Becky Lynch, and it's messed up that Valkyria got turned on, but I don't care enough to want to watch the match.
Yeah, Becky carries herself as if she's as big as Rhea Ripley.
She does. As big as All Outside.
Becky is a house gnat. She is tiny. It's not a bad thing. And you got to carry yourself with a certain gravitas. And I get that. But man, she might as well have been, Demolition Action is prime the way she carries herself. I'm just like, you're not that big.
She's like, yes, I am.
But you know what? Even though she's tiny, she can still be vicious.
Yeah.
She can still, and I ain't talking about prancy girl vicious. She can still, if she worked like a serious heel, an actual heel, she might be my favorite women's wrestler.
Yeah, because she's not an actual heel right now. She's a whiny heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got a woman's voice. I like that. So, she's got things. She just ain't doing the thing. Anyway, Becky,
You don't have to be a whiny heel if you're going after a title. You don't like somebody. You don't have to whine about it. You got it. I'm going to take it. You don't like it. I'm going to break your face. And then you commit to doing that. What's wrong with that?
How could you miss it?
I don't understand.
Somebody's new in town. You never seen them before? It must be
him. There you go.
Who are you?
Just go
Who
after
are these
the
people?
face.
I've never seen you before. Her boss is me.
Yeah, really. I don't understand why this so hard. Why does everyone have to? I deserve it. It's me. What I did for you.
It's like, yep. And when they talk like that, you can't. The baby face can't help but sound like a heel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
shut up. I did this on my own. It screws up the dynamic. Not everybody's got to be a menacing, kick-ass heel, but not everybody has to be a whiny one either. Haven't y'all noticed? Kevin Owens, now the man, Seth Rollins, wine. It's all this wine, and it's not even good wine. It's dry wine.
They could go the goon way on AEW and just talk tough with nothing cogent going along with it. Just random stuff with no meaning.
No, there are other ways to go.
I know. they don't know how to do it though. You know, some people just be real. That would help.
Some of us don't like wine with our cheese. We just like cheese. Thank you.
Let's see. So Becky makes Lyra live up to her words and raise her hand. Then Becky made her do it to all four sides of the ring. Then Becky makes her place the belt on her, and Lyra does so. She complies, but then she hit her with a German suplex, and then her finish. I was like, well, a little too late for that. But, you know, it is what it is, and I'm sure the feud will be furthered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she earned that German suplex and finisher.
She did. She did. So we get to the men's ladder match. So Seth Rollins, Penta, El Grande Americano, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, and L.A. Knight. Why in the hell did I write L.A. Angeles? Angeles. L.A. Angeles. What in the hell? I'm just seeing this. Did you come up here and mess with this?
No, I did not. That's all you.
Cedric fully marked out in the opening moments, though.
What happened in the opening moments?
I don't know. It's been too many days. Oh, that's right. Everyone has a bone to pick with Seth, and Cedric was rooting for it, and I was marking out on Cedric marking out. Get him!
Yeah, I wanted them to monkey stomp him into all oblivion, man. But it was just a little bit, and then once he was gone, you know,
Solo chilled in the corner. Andrade like, you need to come on and get in on this, you know. And then he threw Seth from the ring, and they all look like, Sid.
And so, you know, who's the next baddie?
And so anger everyone.
Be him.
Yep. Solo tried to make nice, you know, and they all beat Solo down. I'm liking this from Solo. Solo's got personality now.
Yeah.
I like it. They all beat on Solo and it breaks down to the regular stuff. Americano dropped the ladder on Andrade and it looked like it hurt his growing.
It did.
And did Andrade come back?
He did.
Okay, Andrade was holding it. And the fans wanted tables. These people vote.
And drive.
Solo tried to super kick Knight, who was holding the ladder, but I think he struck the ladder and part of the inside of his thigh hit the ladder. He kind of like, my leg. And then had to reset the spot, and then, you know, he got on the second one. I'm like, man, okay, that was a flub. Solo fought with Seth, and the people chanted OTC. Seth gains control, and then they chant CM Punk. Up top the ladder, Penta and Andrade argue on who should get the case because they're two baby faces. The fans did not care. Not at all. They was like, okay, somebody do something and get y'all up there. Andrade tells Penta to get it, and when he reaches, Andrade nailed him for it. This eventually ends with the Canadian Destroyer on the ladder. Soundbite guy hollers, holy hell! And I'm like, yeah, okay, dude, yeah, good job. Good job, you showed up. Solo mocks Penta and the fans enjoyed it. Soundbite guy marks out over the fireball labeled ladder as if it by itself will change anything. It's the fireball ladder. Oh my God. I was like, shut up. Just shut up. That's what I'm just shut up.
Who's the soundbite guy?
Huh? Dude,
Pat?
McAfee.
Okay.
I call him soundbite guy.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
I'm like,
cause that's all he do. Soundbite guy.
I'm thinking there's some other dude sitting over there just screaming into a microphone for.
Nah, ain't no other idiot over there. Cole got his moments, but he's paid to. He's been groomed. He knows his job. This dude is just annoying. Grande uses the metal plate to headbutt Penta. He was up top, and he was up top. He just stood up there. I was like, do something, dude. You know, Penta, you're up there. Okay, he waited for that moment. I was like, you could have won twice over, maybe three times.
Just hanging on like, I'm too hurt to really get to the top.
Headbutt.
Yeah.
Knight backdrops Grande from the ladder. It was a long way down.
That was a serious backdrop. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Andrade did come back. Seth and Andrade, they're up top, and Andrade punches him down. Penta climbs up, fights Andrade. Solo climbs with Penta and is knocked down. There's a short ladder that they all try to use to stop Andrade. Andrade finally gets knocked down, and Seth's crew runs in to help. I was wondering when they was going to show up.
They snuck in. If you watched them, they were trying to creep in.
I was creeping.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Jacob and JC come out after Seth's people eyes Solo. So then they pair off and fight. Breaker tackles JC into the barricade, which looked good. Jacob does the pop-up Samoan drop on Reed, which was impressive.
It was impressive.
And the fans came up. Jacob keeps up. He's doing, you know, the boogeyman taunt and stuff, and the fans are just popping.
The best pop of the entire match was for a dude who won't in it.
Yes.
He won't in it.
And then he did a tope suicida on Reed, who had to jump back onto the announce table. They're trying to make it look right. It's not easy. I got to give them that. They got one shot. They know they know their assignment is still not easy. So I give them a pass on that. You know, Seth was supposed to fly back onto the table, but that's a big dude. Not Seth, but Reed. Bronson Reed.
Reed, yeah.
So I just call him Reed. Jacob helps Solo while he wait for him to while we wait for him to mess him up.
Yeah.
I was waiting on it.
Oh yeah.
And then Solo's half up and Jacob grabs his leg. I hate you. Solo's like, but why? You can see it.
You don't know
and I'm
why.
like, you don't know why?
We can't help you.
Yep. And so he yanks him down, super kicks him. The crowd isn't even necessarily caring. Jacob hits the BME on Solo, and the crowd's like, but we're kind of liking Solo. So all competitors, all outside, while domestic business is handled in the ring. Jacob Sambo slams Solo onto a ladder and messed that ladder up.
Mm-hmm.
That ladder will never dance again.
Yeah.
The fans grow quiet as they don't know what to make of it. They love Jacob, but what about the match? Eventually, Seth gets the fireball ladder because that ladder means everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the people chant CM Punk. Knight stops him. They fight with Seth, defeating him and then climbing the ladder and winning the match. Yay.
Yeah, Seth won, right?
Yeah.
So
you knew that was coming, though.
I was hoping different. So Seth won the match. So I'm sure he got on Raw and talked about, we got all the power. Power to do what? Who knows? Revolutionize what? Who knows? To have visions of what? Who knows? I guess it's enough quick quilt outfit. Because he ain't got no dang power.
He wore the outfit once. You're not going to let it go.
No. He took his mama's quilt and put it on.
Oh, my God. So we get to the main event, which wasn't a ladder match. It is not even a title match.
Not even a Money in the Bank match.
So it's Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Logan Paul and John Cena. And oh my goodness. It's a standard match. You know, until Paul and Cena sped up their self-tag-ins. They just kept tagging each other in. They started arguing. Jay slowly crawled for the tag because he got beat on for like ever.
He got beat on.
He is the champion.
The champion of Raw got beat on like, hey, this your hometown. We're going to let you wrestle. We're going to beat you up the whole time. That's how they treated him. He's some dude from the local promotion.
he got treated like the secondary dude on the tag team. He got Marty Jannetty. Yeah.
He got Ricky Morton.
Yeah. It was terrible. But Cody cleans house, and on the springboard cutter, Cena was not in place. If you watch this, you could see Cody panic like crazy in midair, like, oh my God. You could see his body do this weird wiggle thing. Cena had to dive into place in just enough time to make the move. Cody jumped back, looked to his right, and there was no one there. You can see his whole body. And Cena's like, let me get there. And he's like, man, that was close. Cody kept it moving, though. That's a professional. I laughed when I saw it. I was like, oh, that man just fished himself in the body. His whole body turned into a fish. He was just wiggling. So Cena hit this finish on Cody. Jay breaks up the pin. Paul front flips, I guess going for the buckshot lariat, has just mainly been dubbed. Yeah. But he ain't slipped, recovered. And you can hear the fans were happy that he almost busted his ass.
They laughed. It was the quickest I've heard from a crowd ever.
See, I knew I'd get you.
It was the quickest ever. Because, sometimes folks slip and it's like, oh, man, they slip. You can hear the sympathy for the crowd.
Yep.
None for this jackhole. It was like, you slipped. It should have been everything. But, he got up.
My note, and I bet the fans will agree, I wrote, he's not injured, so man. Jay was supposed to foot jab him, but like a robot, he did the kick when he should have done something else. He just missed everything. He missed, and his foot just went past his body, and so I was like, good grief, Jay. Paul got the drone. Now this is something I did like. It's unique. He got the drone, trying to show off before he dive off the top rope. Then you can see Cody run up, grab him, suplex him, all the way down from the drone's point of view. So you see the whole screen rotate. I thought that was so cool.
That was cool. And then the drone got destroyed because somebody fell on it.
Yep. You could see white, and then you could see it was like tights or something, and then it was done.
It did not move again.
That drone had a family.
It was like batteries not included, man. It was just E-Cookie, if you remember that.
Johnny 5 not alive.
That's a different movie.
I know, yeah. But I had to throw it in there. Mine came before you said it, so I had to get it out. So they look like big, strong fans, don't they?
Oh my goodness.
So oh man, so, I wrote, then you see a smear of white clothing and everything rumbles and the drone is dead. Mm-hmm. The rumble came from the Superfly splash from Jey Uso. Paul does the Asai moonsault on Jay on the announce table, which I admit looked good, although he hit way more table than Jay, which he should.
He damaged himself. He was laying there like he was rethinking his life a little bit.
Rethink it, Logan Paul.
There is more out there for you to do. There is more out there in the world for you to do. More beings for you to insult. Just go out there and do it. And get off TV.
And see, Cody and John. So they did that so they could solo in the ring, which they did. So Cena hits Cody with the belt, and a man runs in and attacks Cena. He unmasks as R-Truth, and the fans fully erupt. Mm-hmm. Cody hits his finish, wins the match. And I was like, cool. But it was already spoiled anyway for me, and I was just like, okay. And then even if it wasn't spoiled, and he would have shown up, I'd have been like, yeah, they had to fix that.
Yeah.
That's all I would have been. They had to fix that.
They did.
Maybe in 30 or 40 years it'll come out, Like, yeah, that was a ruse. We did that to see how the people would be like, nope.
No. It's already come out. People asked Triple H, so was it a work? And he was like, Triple H said something like, maybe it was a work, maybe it wasn't. But R-Truth, it was like, nah, man, no work. He got let go.
Put it like this: Carlito didn't come back.
No, Carlito didn't. There was no Carlito outcry. Nobody gave a damn.
No one cared.
Nobody gave a damn.
No one. And so
they had to rectify their mistake.
Yep, just like when you pointed out what they did with Cody and The Rock and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, gonna just take his WrestleMania spot. It's like, yeah, man, I'm here and all that. You know, I'm just gonna, hey, Cody, get to the side. I'm gonna take your spot. The fans like, you done lost your mind.
You know how much time I invested in this?
A whole year. And then just come in and say, take a back seat, man. I got this.
You don't get your old Hollywood ass back to Hollywood.
Yep. So they corrected it. It's all good. We're gonna see where they go from there. Because R-Truth, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he got a title run in him.
He does.
Wow. I can't spell Cena. C-E-A-N. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Cena.
Ken. Cena. I don't know. Words are hard. Words are so hard. So that's going to do it for us then. This has been Cedric Procedure for CRWC Commentary. WWE's Money in the Bank. And we want y'all to be cool, be chill, be safe, so we can see you next time. And oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz.
Wrestlers need more money.